Yeah, so what I've done is I'm up against the wall, and the first thing to think about is you want to break the joint. So you don't want the joints in one long straight line. So what we do is we cut quite a few boards in half. That way we're staggering the joints. So you've got one full board, one half board, one full board, one half board. So then obviously when you get the next lot in, that's going to be a half, then a full, and if you get what I mean, you're just staggering that joint all the time. First thing when we're approaching laminate flooring is we have to think about the wall or the line that it's going to. So we have to make sure that it's, you know, fairly a nice straight line. I like to just sort of push and click mine into place. I'm not sort of too worried about gluing it, you know, just in case, so it goes with the movement. And always remember that you need that expansion joint or that gap at the edge, which is roughly about sort of 10, 12 millimeters, something like that. And that allows then your wood to actually breathe. So it allows it to expand and contract. And that's just down to the temperatures within your property. What we're doing here is we're laying this on a fresh floor. So after I've finished all my gaps and I've taken my spacers out, I'm actually going to put some caulk in mine to allow for that expansion and contraction. And then my skirting board is going to cover it. But if you're laying to the skirting board, so you haven't taken your skirting board off, so you've left your gap between the skirting board, then you might need to use some sort of bead edging. So before I actually lay this piece of laminate, I just want to talk very quickly about the underlay. I'm using a heat reflective underlay. You can get felt underlays, all sorts of different bits and bobs that you can use. So just make your choices when you actually go in. But for me, this one's a good one. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up some half boards just using this jig here and my jigsaw, my PST 900. So we're sort of pretty much good to go really. Of course, one thing to remember, always safety. So I'm just going to pop my safety glasses on before I make the cut and give you an idea of how it actually works. Traditionally, jigsaws haven't been renowned for sort of cutting fairly long straight lines. With this jig guide, it gives you more of an option to be able to do that. Yes, great bit of kit, got a nice power light, so it's fantastic for this. So what we do is we lift up the top plate here and just peel that back, and then we sit this in. Now my board's already marked, so I just need to sit that into there like so. And then what we do is we just clamp that down onto the top and just lift it in and clip it into place. Now what that does is that just makes sure that the laminate that I'm cutting isn't going to move. So what you do, once you've got it into the guide and your saw's actually running, you just follow from one end of the jig to the other, and that's your cut done. You'll just take the clamp off and then take your two pieces out, and you're good to go for another piece.